The New England Patriots win in week 1 of the preseason, and it looks like football is officially back. 17-3, and don't be fooled, it was nearly a shutout, a field goal at the very end of the game. I was really hoping this would be 17-0, but nonetheless, the Patriots defense, they're the headline. But the quarterback battle had my attention all 4 quarters. Let's look at the lead stats here real quick. Jack Plummer, he was pretty much the main quarterback for the Panthers. No Andy Dalton, no Bryce Young. Overall, did pretty good. But I want to talk about the Patriots here. Bailey Zappi took the most reps here tonight. 12 for 20, 108 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But the lead receiver, not Polk, not Baker, Kayshon Boutte. We're going to break that down here on today's show. I'm your host, Allie Barefoot, and we gained a ton of new subscribers on our watch party last night with over 37,500 viewers. Thank you guys so much. 13,871 subscribers. I cannot do this without you guys, and we got a long season ahead of us. So go on ahead, hit that sub button for me if you have not, because we have every single game coming up for the Patriots preseason, regular season, and hopefully postseason games. All right, let's talk about the quarterback that got the most snaps, Bailey Zappi. We knew going into this game, Gerard Mayo said all 4 quarterbacks were going to play. Who started? Jacoby Brissett. He played the first series. Drake May played the second series. Bailey Zappi played the third series, and then the rest of the second quarter, and then most of the third quarter. With 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, Joe Milton joins the club. First things first, we'll hop back over to Bailey Zappi, but I feel like I got to give Joe Milton his flowers when they're due. He's QB3. In case nobody told you, he's QB3. The athleticism, the confidence, the football IQ, the arm strength, the touchdown pass he had at Quay Jackson, it was a 38-yard bomb. And there was no height to it. It was a dart. The speed, the strength. Now, my reserve with that is that he does tend to throw 10-yard passes with the same strength as he does to throw 38-yard touchdown passes. Needs a little bit more critique on that, but overall, 4 for 6, 54 yards, 1 touchdown in his debut. I love it. And Zappi didn't play bad. Zappi, 12 for 20, 108 yards. It was great. But the consensus that I'm coming to is that this right here is as good as Bailey Zappi will ever be. He will never be as good as what we saw last season when Mac Jones could not handle the job. He will never be better than 12 for 20 and 108 yards. When I watch Bailey Zappi, I'm not impressed. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has a spot in the NFL as a backup. But for the Patriots, my backup is Joe Milton. I think he's your future. I think Bailey Zappi has run his course. And I do like how Gerard Mayo played him for majority of the game, just to really show you that he still struggles on quick slants. He still underthrows on go balls. I just think Bailey Zappi's time is over in New England, but that's just my opinion. Before we hop into the rest of our instant reaction, I want to tell you guys about Game Time, our sponsor here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. If you guys are looking to go to a concert, a sporting event, a comedy show anywhere near you or anywhere in the United States, go on ahead, download Game Time. Thank you guys so much for the 38,000 of you that watched during our preseason game on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. But if you guys want to go see the action in person, I highly suggest downloading Game Time, creating an account, and using promo code CHATSPORTS to get $20 off your first purchase of tickets while terms do apply. Not to mention, you already have the lowest price guaranteed. You also already have a view from your seats before you purchase those tickets. Get to see what view you'll be having from the 50-yard line, from the nosebleeds, from the end zone, west or east. Let me know what you guys decide to do when you download Game Time, create an account, and use promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first time purchasing tickets on Game Time for Patriots games, Red Sox games, Celtics games, or anything around your area right now on Game Time. Overall, the Patriots offense versus the Panthers, phenomenal. But it's also the Panthers. I have to be realistic in the sense that the Panthers only played 3 of their first-string players. They're also in the bottom half of the rankings with the Patriots. Week 2, Week 3, going up against the Eagles and the Commanders, be a different task. But overall, the offense, 274 yards. They went 18 for 32 amongst 4 quarterbacks, 30 carries amongst Hasty, Harris, Stevenson, and also Antonio Gibson, 113 yards, 0 turnovers. With 4 different quarterbacks, I'll take it. I don't care if it's practice, preseason, or regular season game. I will always take 0 turnovers. And obviously, they dominated the time of possession. Let's talk about the running back, right? We know Ramondre Stevenson is RB1. But Antonio Gibson is going to be your third down back. He's going to be your first down type of guy. But Kevin Harris got numerous snaps tonight that made me realize I do think Kevin Harris takes that RB3 spot over Hasty. 8 carries, 22 yards, 1 touchdown. When Bailey Zappi was the quarterback, I liked what I saw from Harris. And then the same thing with the wide receivers. You know that Bourne, Polk, Baker, Douglas, they all have a spot in that wide receiver list. You want to know who else should have a spot? Kayshon Boutte. It was the extension, the climbing the ladders, the nose for the ball. It was going above and beyond to get the first down. 3 receptions for 53 yards. Not to mention, he set up Harris and Zappi for the touchdown. His longest was that touchdown setup for 28 yards when he climbed over the defender to haul in a very high pass. But I got to give credit where credit's due. Jalen Polk, he went 3 for 3. Didn't tag on multiple yards after the catch, but 3 receptions for 14 yards with his longest catch being 6. Jalen Polk is confirming the hands are sticky. He's reliable. He's a stable wide receiver 1. Going 3 for 3 in your debut shows me that he's living up to the hype to be a very reliable wide receiver for any quarterback for the New England Patriots. Javon Baker also tagged on a couple of completions, but his targets were very few. So I can't give him an instant reaction when I didn't see enough from Javon Baker, but there's still 2 more preseason games to go. With that being said, who was the top receiver in week 1 for the Patriots for you? Was it Kayshon Boutte? Was it Jalen Polk? Was it Javon Baker? Let me know in the comment section down below. While you guys are doing that, let me tell you a little bit about what the defense did against the Panthers offense. They had 151 yards, passed 18 for 30, 89 yards. They had 17 carries for 62 yards, a little bit more than I would like. 0 turnovers, nearly an interception, but it was overturned by the referees that it was an incomplete pass. Time of possession 28, so the Patriots did win in the time of possession battle. But Jack Plummer, one of these days I'll get it, holding him to 50%, holding him to under 100 yards, and he was sacked more than 3 times. Dietrich Wise was the first one to tag that on. O'Shane Ximines was the second. Numerous times, guys were pressuring. He might have been pressured on almost every single play in the pocket. If you were wondering, the Patriots defense is still elite. You can tell that by the total offense from the Carolina Panthers. And I get it. No Andy Dalton, no Bryce Young. You're talking with the 3rd and 4th string quarterbacks here for the Carolina Panthers. But we got to see a lot of the depth chart. Not so much the Keon Whites and the Matthew Judons, but showing me what Ximines can do. Showing me what Dietrich Wise can do. And that I will always be a fan of. This is what preseason is for. Allowing that depth chart to show you that the Patriots have enough in their back pocket to not need to go out in free agency or trade, and they can win with the roster that they have at hand. Because we know that injuries are going to happen. We know that sometimes when you got a player like Matthew Judon, he can only play 4 games in a season. So to have people like Dietrich Wise, have people like O'Shane Ximines come out and continuously pressure the quarterback, not even them, but Alex Austin coming in from the secondary to get a hand on the running back the minute after it's handed off, it shows me tenacity. It shows me that there is a dog in this defense that continues to work. But I know that there's still 2 more preseason games to go, and we would love to see how some players are doing. Specifically, in my opinion, Matthew Judon. He sat out for a few practices, complaining about the contract. So I want to see if he still has that in him, coming off a bicep injury and only playing 4 games last season. Should Matt Judon play in week 2? He didn't play in week 1. Should he play in week 2? Type Y for yes, type in for no. They take on the Philadelphia Eagles in Gillette Stadium next Thursday, which we will be live for on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Like I said, a huge audience for week 1, nearly 40,000 views. If you guys want to go on ahead and join that, all you've got to do is subscribe to Patriots Today by Chat Sports.